Well, all right. Good morning, cyber friends. This is the Midi Man coming at you again from Walker's Music, Studio B and C. Thank God for the journey. Thank you for life, health, and strength. Thank you for all of you, cyber friends. You know who you are. We are trying today to explain a process to our fellow musicians and everything, a principle that a lot of us should employ. I feel we all should employ, all us musicians. And this is just a little golden nugget that I wanted to share with the few people that I have on, as far as on Midi Man's music ministry. I wanted to share this. I don't have many. Like I said, when I created that channel back over 4 years ago, um, as I told y'all on prior videos, that I became ill in 2018. And matter of fact, it was a long haul, a long storm I was in, but nevertheless, we didn't get a chance to do any uh, content on that channel at that particular time from 2018 up until just recently when I tried to re-employ it. And I apologize to the one that did subscribe to uh, Midi Man's music ministry. And we are going to embark on a new journey on trying to make that channel work. This is part of it right here, this video that I'm going to try to premiere and everything, and just to test the water out. Doing this here because of the fact that my buddy Hammerman had told me, y'all should know him. His name is Anthony Gray, and he got a YouTube channel as well as a Facebook handle, uh, Grayscale Painting, and other Grayscale Paintings. In other words, you look for him on there. He got a great artwork, great artist, and everything, and also a great musician as well. Um, B3 organ at that, and so I call it the Screaming B3. But at any rate, this is why I'm trying to get this video done. I've been trying to work on this video here now for about 2 days now, and trying to get it right in the proper format in order to get it up. I wanted to be good quality, and so I was trying to make certain that I did it the correct way. Nevertheless, as y'all see in the title, it says we musicians learn from each other, learning from other musicians. Don't ever think just because that you are learning from another individual, another musician or compadre, as we would call them military wise. There's nothing wrong with that. Matter of fact, that is a great way to build yourself up. You learn from others. You can learn a lot outside of yourself. See, it doesn't mean that no matter how much we know, we always can gain knowledge from others because there's always something that you don't know. Oh, no, 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 no. There's always something that you don't know. And together we can come together as one. And we get all of us and put our little 2 cents in, and eventually we'll get $1. But I said that because of the fact that I wanted to mention two. Uh, I wanted to mention two guys that I've been knowing one a very long time on seeing his tutorials on YouTube, and his name is Warren McPherson. Awesome musician, great guy, and very skilled in keyboard playing, very skilled, and his knowledge is off the chain. And I've been watching Warren for quite a bit. And on last evening, I saw him interview with another great musician by his word only. I took his word for Warren's word because I did not know the other musician. And his name, I think, was Sean Wilson. Sean Wilson. And Warren gave him the tag of being excellent, genius transcriber, and on transcribing songs and breaking them down and tearing them apart, and said he was one of the best. So I checked him out, and sure enough, it was just like Warren said. I listened to their video first, and then I went and I seeked out the guy Sean Wilson, just as Warren said. Awesome, off the chain. So this is why I am. This is why I created Many Man's Music Ministry years ago, before I became ill in 2018. That was one of the reasons why I created that channel. I was going to try to help musicians, especially the beginner, and to help them do basic things and to get them motivated and inspired enough to keep on reaching for the higher heights of musicianship. That was one of the reasons why I created that channel. But like I said, my illness hit me at the time when I had started to try to do and get this channel off the ground. That part is over with now. I have went through that storm to a degree. It left me with some wounds, y'all. It did leave me with some wounds, but I still thank God that I'm still here, and I am still able to play. I got a few issues, with some limited, movements in my fingers and stuff. Sometimes be very stiff and everything, but I'm yet able to play. I'm still playing in church. I don't have as many churches as I used to have. Like I say, when I became ill back in 2018, and I was hit with the diabetes, the hypertension, high cholesterol, PAD. That is no joke, y'all. That's when your arteries, will clog up on you and make you start losing limbs. Yeah, that was me, and I did lose my left leg below the knee. I did lose it. It became infected. It had to go, but I still give God praise because I'm still here, and in pretty good health. Other than the thing, like I said, left me wounded to a degree like that. And plus, y'all, I done got a little age. I done aged a little bit. I'm not that 20-year-old anymore. In other words, this past November, old Many Man hit 60, and so I feel, and I'm not complaining. I thank God for the journey, but nevertheless, you'll never. I always say you never get out of your problem by complaining. That will keep you in it longer. Believe me. And I'm saying this here to any of my friends and all of my contacts and everything. If you want to get out of your situation quickly, keep a good attitude. Don't ever complain and murmur. And I guarantee you, before you know it, you'll be out of that situation. It'll be a memory. It'll be a memory. No, never think that you are in trouble by yourself, because everybody have trouble. It's just the way we deal with it. It's the way we deal with it. David said, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. He didn't say he was going to stay in the valley. He said, I'm walking through it. He said he would fear no evil. So, in other words, there are times when we're going to go through the valley of the shadow of death, which that could be not just physical death, y'all. It could be problems. It can be things that we undertake, and we are having difficulties in it. It's like me right now. I got another discipline that I put myself back into months ago. My great-grandmama, God bless her, her name was Cleopatra. And everybody call her Miss Cleo, but I call her Big Mama. And her husband, my great-granddaddy, he was considered, I was told this because I never did get a chance to hear him play, because he died when I was like 3 years old. He died in 1965, and I was 3 years old at that time, going on 4, because he died in June of 65. I would have been 4 years old that year in November. But I never did get a chance to hear him play. but I know that he could play because my great grandmama for one told me, and I know all of his kids could play because even my grandmama, God bless her, she passed away in 2015. She could even play guitar, and every one of them could sing. Every one of these kids could sing, and that was 11 of them. That was 11 of them. I think it was 6 boys and 5 girls. I think that's the way it was. I got to go back and look at. I used to keep up with all of that, and everybody used to come to me for the family history because I kept up with it. My great grandmama telling me about all this stuff, and I had it memorized. But you know, there've been a lot of incidents in the past. But nevertheless, my great grandmama, always wanted me to play that guitar, and so I undertook it early, even when I was in high school. I tried, and I never would stick with it. I mean, I just could not get used to that fretboard. Uh, Chording was just not my cup of tea, and I started and I quit. I was starting, I quit, and I did that up until here a few months ago when I took it up again. I took up guitar again, and believe it or not, I did. I weathered the storm and went through the basics, and I took this course online called Guitar Tricks. And believe it or not, I can, the open chords, I've been doing great with those, except for that F chord is a mess, and that B chord is a mess. But the rest of them is okay. I learned to get them pretty good. But now I am at a stage right now, I don't progress to consider myself, I am a guitar player. But nevertheless, I'm at a stage where we are learning bar chords right now. And guess what, y'all? I'm having tremendous difficulty with those bar chords. My hand does not want to make them. But I was told why by my instructor. Her name is Lisa. I forget her last name now, but her name is Lisa. She's one of the instructors at Guitar Tricks. And she said that making the bar chords, as well as a guy named Chris, he's also another instructor. He wrote me, told me that those are some of the hardest chords to finger on the fretboard. They're very difficult to play, especially on an acoustic guitar. Especially on acoustic, Lisa said it would be better that we do it on an electric guitar. So guess what? I have an electric guitar as well as acoustic. Matter of fact, I got 2 acoustic guitars. But what I'm trying to get y'all to see, musicians, is that even though I'm having difficulties right now, the first inclination was to quit again. That was my first inclination, was to quit again after all these years of trying to learn that guitar and have never been as far as I am right now with it. Time I ran into that brick wall with those bar chords, the first inclination was to quit. But then I thought, no. The guy instructor, Chris, had given me some tips earlier on in the course that said that don't ever stop just because you run into some difficulties with a process. Go ahead on and don't stop there. Just go ahead on and progress with your learning, and you just review that. Just keep going back to that until you get it. Guess what? That's information that's very much needed. Take note of it. This is how we learn from other musicians. And so I'm not going to give up the guitar because I'm having difficulty with the bar chords. I'm just going to go on and continue doing what I'm doing. And by and by, it is my prayer that the hands will make those bar chords. That I'll get to the point where I can actually make them and play them and make them sound the way they're supposed to sound. And I did that because of the fact that I listened to other musicians that had more experience, more technical ability than myself. This is how we do it as keyboard players as also. And just like I was telling y'all about Warren McPherson, if you are a keyboard player, and I'm saying this to everyone that might come to Midi-Man Music Ministry, I'm recommending that you check out Warren McPherson and Sean Wilson. Why? Because I just met Sean through Warren. But awesome, awesome technique. I mean, I tell you what, go check him out on YouTube. Warren McPherson, piano tutorial. He does a lot of them, and you will see for yourself. You will see for yourself, and I guarantee you, he will inspire you to try to do more as a musician and as a keyboard player. And as far as transcribing, Sean Wilson he was given the accolade by Warren that he was one of the best. So learn to do these things, and let it be known that we learn from each other. You can learn from other musicians. That'll make your game playing better. Don't try to do everything alone. None of us knows it all. So we always going to have to go outside of ourselves for different things. You always going to be doing that. I remember my piano instructor from Berry. She said the piano is bigger than all of us. We'll always be learning the piano. You're never going to arrive. You're always going to be learning. So with that being said, hey, ain't no need to feel down and bad about because of the fact that you can't do a process today. You may not, that may not be true 2 weeks from now. Keep working at it. That's what I'm going to have to do with them bar chords. I'm going to have to keep working at it until one day that it's going to click. And, it's the more you work at something, the better you're going to get at it anyway. But you got to do it right. Perfect practice make perfect, not practice. You practice don't make perfect, but perfect practice make perfect. So that's what we're going to be trying to get over to everybody's music ministry. So with that being said, I hope that I have said something to inspire. And I guarantee you, y'all be beginning musicians, let us get ready to go on a journey now. I'm going to try to give you everything that I can give you to get you on the way to being a very competent keyboard player. And if you want to play in your local church, we're going to seek and we get you there as quickly as possible. But now let me tell you, there's no such thing as instant mastery. No, it takes time. It takes time. Now, I might be able to help you get to a place for a couple of basic hymns and a basic praise song that you could go on and probably get within a week or two and learn that and be okay in your local church. But you don't think now that in 2 weeks you're going to rip like Warren McPherson. You're going to do like Corey Henry. No, that's not going to happen. You're going to do like Sean Wilson. No, that's not going to happen. You're going to play like Jamal Hartwell. No. Samuel Tolbert. No, you're not going to be able to do that in a week. It takes a long period of time to develop. So, but if you have patience, I guarantee you, we will get there. So y'all check out Midi-Man Music Ministry. Tell your friends, tell all your neighbors about that channel, Midi-Man Music Ministry. And that old Midi-Man is here to help the beginning musician, the intermediate, as well as the advanced. I could teach the advanced something as well. I don't consider myself a Liberace. I never was a concert pianist. No, that wasn't my cup of tea. But I was and am a theory and composition man. Those were my two favorite. That was my pet peeve, composition and theory. So with that being said, we're looking forward to being assisting you on your musical journey. Be male or female, it doesn't matter. It just got to be willing to learn and have a desire to become better than you are right now. Check me out at Midi-Man's Music Ministry. With that being said, whatever you get into, if God is not in it, please, ma'am, please, sir, come on out of it, because it will come to nothing. Until the next video, the next tutorial, the next inspirational minute, that Midi-Man is involved in all of that. Peace and good morning.